We got a delivery today, and it's not fish for a change. We got two more wave makers or powerheads, four-headed ones. Same ones as we had before, box stack. So we have right now for the 1800 gallon. Right now we have in the 1800 gallon, we have one of these, which produces 12,500 gallons per hour flow. There's this guy right here. It's been running also about 2 years. At some point one of the heads, the impeller broke, so they sent me a replacement. So I want to add 2 more of these, and the filtered water comes in at 10,000 gallons or whatever, 10,500 gallons an hour through those 2 white pipes. So our overall flow, you may say right now, is 23 or so, 23,000 gallons per hour. So we're going to be adding another 25,000 gallons per hour to bring the total to almost 50,000 gallons per hour. It's an experiment. The reason for doing that is because of the golden dorado. For their sake, they can be very rough on each other, and occasionally they can be rough on the tank mates too. So we want to give them something more to do, some more swimming to do, and see if it matters. I will think about it. I don't know. Ideally, I would like to blow the current on the bottom in the back, because to bring all these fish, all the catfish in the back up to the front for better visibility, because they're all pretty far, a little far off, and by the black wall. So their visibility is not the greatest. Of course, for the fish, it's probably the best. They want to be in the shade, in the least current. But I don't know if I'll be able to do that, because wherever you put the power heads, it creates a swirl right here under it, or a little bit in front of it. So that's where all the waste and deposit gets collected. Once in a while I just take it out with a big net in one big scoop, which is very convenient. If I put the power heads by the drains, everything will go into the drain pretty much, which is also not too bad, but maybe it's even better. I don't know. If I put them right here to blow down that way along the black back wall, to get all of these guys, or most of them, out of here and closer to the viewing window, to the front. That's the plan anyway. Let me unbox it, install it, and see what happens. This tank is 16 feet long by about, this portion is 6 feet wide, this portion is 8 feet wide, and the widest portion is only 2 feet deep or tall, and the biggest portion is 2.5 feet tall. That's the tank we're working with. I forgot to mention that the problem is, of course, not so much the waste. If the waste goes in the filter, that's fine. But the uneaten food, because we throw a lot of food in there. It takes them a while sometimes to pick it all up, pick up all the crumbs too. So I would really hate for the uneaten food to get sucked into the drain. That's why I remembered, sorry, I should have said that. That's why I didn't want the power heads right here, so that the food would be, uneaten food would also be collecting here and sucked into the bottom drains. So that's the reason for my not wanting to place the power heads there. But then if I put them here, everybody will be stuck to the back again, and that'll never change. I mean, my point of trying to bring him out to the front will never work. So I have a little dilemma, you might say, to solve. Here they are, all three of them. I was monkeying how to put them vertical or horizontal. For now I decided to try vertical. We'll see how it goes. My goal is to also blow all those guys out of their cushy layers so they can be viewed better. I hope they're gonna eventually tire out of swimming against the flow. They like to lay where there's no flow or little flow, so they don't have to work. Aren't we all the same? Well, that's what it looks like right now. Doesn't look like there is much of a change, but the flow in the back is quite strong. So everybody's facing it now. Nobody can turn their back to the flow because they'll be just taken out of the spot by the running water. So we'll turn off the light and let them settle down and check it out a little later to see what it's going to look like after a while. Yeah, by the way, each four-headed unit is $65 from Amazon, and right now there's a special. I don't get anything from it, I'm just saying, relaying the information to you. 20% off if you buy two, so that's what we got. We got 2 units for $110, and they take 48 watts each, so it's 150 watts just to run these three together on this tank. So it's gonna cost some electricity over a long time. Nothing is free. This is the first day of trying to get the catfish in the back to relocate. It's a fight of two wills. My will to get them out of there and their will to stay there. I had to redo, just now I had to redo the configuration of the power heads. So now all three of them are pointing along the bottom more or less, to blow them out of there, to convince them that this is a bad place to stay. I don't know, maybe you're judging me for that, but you know my reasons. Maybe I will fail. The will is pretty strong, it seems. This is the second day of the struggle of the wills. One full day of full power of the 3 times 4, 12 wave makers blowing at the back of the tank. The big guys are resisting, as you can see. The ones that they are 1, 2, 3 granulated catfish and 2 or 3 soldier catfish still keep to the back. Same with the 2 lima shovelnose and the royal knife from Andrew. They prefer to keep in the back. The middle wave maker has changed the angle a little bit. I need to point him down. The ratchets that let you choose the angle are a little bit weak because of you know, when the reactive force, when the head is blowing that way, an equal force is pushing it back. I think the manufacturer would benefit from strengthening the ratchet mechanism in the legs that lets you tilt the heads. Anyhow, you can see the guys, I don't know, maybe they're enjoying the current instead of struggling against it. But we'll continue blowing at them. At least the vulture catfish don't lay in the corner anymore. They don't like it. Neither do the two dats stay in the corner. That's the plus, or at least a small step towards my goal. We'll keep blowing at it, so to speak. This is overall 4 days later. Not much has changed. Everybody's facing, of course, towards the current in order to be able to stay in place. I mean, nothing's changed right now. Sometimes I see them just a few fish there, one or two. So they do get tired and leave the area to go rest. But so far they stubbornly come back to the same area that they chose. I'm talking about, again, the 3 granulated catfish, 3 soldier catfish, 2 lima shovelnose, for some reason they just like this area the most. All the irwini left that area. They don't go there anymore. Giraffe catfish don't go there either. I guess they like still water more than these guys, than the granulated and the soldiers. Well, we'll continue blowing at it. We don't care. We can leave it there for years. The irwini are laying around here. All 3 powerheads are blowing in one direction now. The vultures are trying to stay also right here in front of them. And the water is running pretty well, judging from how much the fish have to move to stay in place. But I can also see it when I feed. The feed gets blown around much faster than before if I throw it in the wrong place. So I had to come up with new places to introduce the pellets, especially the fish also, so that as little as possible or nothing is lost to the filters. I think I'm gonna stop the regular filmings of this experiment and just give an update later if anything significant changes, especially, and if nothing changes I will mention it again. Give them maybe a month or two in this new configuration of the flow. So the flow is reversed actually, so it was going across the front, turning around and going back along the back wall. Well, both walls, but it's on the bottom mostly. Right now everything is going along the back wall, turns around and runs pretty fast that way. And now it's clockwise. It used to be counterclockwise for the most part.